Welcome everyone. For today's video, we have round 9, the final round on Uzbekistan Grandmaster 2025. We have two great players, Abdusattorov with white pieces and Praggnanandhaa with black pieces. Abdusattorov need only a draw to win the tournament, while Praggnanandhaa need to fight for win. So Abdusattorov start with e4, Praggnanandhaa start with T5, want to fight for win. Sicilian Defense, adjusting his pieces. And Abdusattorov must to choose a solid variation like Albin or anything like that. King Indian attack. Abdusattorov play knight f3. Praggnanandhaa played e6, French variation or Taimanov. We have d4 takes and knight takes with Abdusattorov. So he goes to open Sicilian and this will be risky for him. We have knight t6 by Praggnanandhaa and knight c3 by Abdusattorov. Knight f6, the four knight variation. Bishop f4. And we have d6 by Praggnanandhaa. Bishop b5, pinning the knight. We have bishop d7. Knight takes knight on c6. And pawn takes knight. Bishop a4. We have a5 by Praggnanandhaa, taking the bishop. Bishop came to g5, pinning the knight. h6. Bishop takes knight. Queen takes bishop. Still the position is equal. Queen d3 by Abdusattorov. And we have a5 by Praggnanandhaa. Long castled by Abdusattorov. A very risky variation by Nodirbek. And we have bishop a7. Rook h f1. Better move is f3. Castled, short castled by Praggnanandhaa. And we have g3 now. by Abdusattorov. Rook A B8, controlling the open file on B. We have F4 by Abdusattorov, starting his attack on the king side. So we have Rook B4 by Praggnanandhaa. He went to double rook. We have a queen A6 by Abdusattorov, and the best move now for Praggnanandhaa to double rook on B5. This pawn cannot be protected in B2, but instead Praggnanandhaa takes pawn on F4, and pawn takes pawn by Abdusattorov. Now the black is better. We have double rook on B5 now by Pragga. How to protect this pawn on B2? He play E5. And we have queen F5. Pawn takes pawn on D6. The position is winning for Pragga. Now bishop F6. Good move by Pragga. All the pieces attacking the king. Now we have bishop B3 by Nodirbek. Queen came to C5 by Pragga, bringing more pieces to attack the white queen. Rook F E1, and the position still winning for black. Bishop takes knight, and pawn takes bishop on C3. Queen takes pawn on C3. And now offering queen exchange on D3, but of course he will refuse. Pick with the queen from A1, king escaping to D2. Queen came back to F6, and now the threat is rook D4, winning the queen. So Nodirbek played C3, controlling the D4 square and kicking the rook. I think rook can take the pawn on F4, but instead he played bishop F5, attacking the white queen. And now we have sacrificed the queen by Abdusattorov. He takes the bishop on F5, and very good move by Pragga. He check in between move by the rook from D4, so pawn takes rook and the queen takes queen. Now he can easily take the pawn on D3 because the rook no more protect this pawn. So king C3, and the queen came to D7. We have rook E5, and the queen will take the pawn. Yes, he took the pawn, and now double rook by Nodirbek on E5. So Pragga brought his king to F8, and we have king D3 and rook d8. Now we are attacking the pawn d4, so protected by the rook e2 on e4, and we have queen to b4. f5 by Abdusattorov, and we have a4 by Pragga, taking the bishop, and the bishop came to c4. We have queen b1 check and king c3. He will repeat some check or some move for winning time before the move 40. Check from c1, king came to d3, check again from b1, so king came to c3, and we have now rook b8. And the position completely winning for the black. We have rook e3, queen c1 check, king d3, queen d1 check, king c3, queen a1 check, and king d3, queen b1 check, king c3. And we have now g6, opening window for his king, pawn takes pawn, queen check from c1, king to d3, and we have rook b4. Now the threat that queen will take the bishop on c4. We have take by Abdusattorov from e8, and king came to g7. Rook g8 check. Want to trick him. So king took the rook, and we have pawn takes pawn on f7 with check. Now if he came to g7, he would then check from g3. If he came to also of h8, he can promote queen with check. So the only move to came to h7, and he play it. So promote to queen, Abdusattorov on f8, and we have queen takes bishop on c4 with check, and now nothing to do by Abdusattorov. He resigned. Great game by Praggnanandhaa. He won the game, and now I think it will be tiebreak. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.